Good morning, members, and welcome to the turtlefollower.com, where we teach you how to stop predicting and start reacting. My name is Steve, and in this video we're going to take a look at the core account portfolio for Saturday, December 26th, 2015. If you celebrate the Christmas holiday, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. If not, I hope you're just enjoying a long holiday weekend. Other than that, as far as the markets go, we talked about the potential for maybe a continued move higher. Our portfolio has actually performed very well as of late. You can see we have 10 open trades right now. We're overweight in the staples. We're overweight in discretionary. We have a technology and a financial name. Those are all positions that we talked about, or all sectors that we talked about in the free account that we want to be overweight in. Industrials, we have NOC and SWK. All right, SWK hasn't really performed as well as we would like, but it has saved itself. We originally had a stop out on that one, but it was able to recover later in the day, so we'll go over that. But looking at the portfolio, you can see we have $1,368 in open profit. And, again, just kind of taking our stops as they come. We've done that very well in the last couple months. You can see for the month of December, we've only had 5 exits in the month. And 3 of which have come on the 21st. That's TSS, LMT, and Starbucks. And of all 5 of them, 4 have been closed out as profitable trades, bringing in a nice $1,134 for the month of December. All right, that brings us to a slight loss so far for the year. If we take a look at our performance, you can see that all in all for the portfolio, we're up 6.32% since inception. For the year, down 0.63%, as opposed to the S&P, which is up 3.77 in that same time period, and up 0.07% for the year. So I like the way this portfolio has reacted. I like the way it's positioned going forward. We do have some new positions that we're going to look at in our weekly watch list. But first, let's take a look at our existing positions, see where we can raise stops, and just go through their charts. Okay. First one, CLX. All right, you can see CLX. We've had this nice breakout, now looking like it's consolidating again. We've trailed stop up to this 124.50 area, looking for that to hold. Again, that's below trend line, below the previous low, and below the 50-day moving average. Okay, but from a weekly and a daily perspective, nothing wrong with this chart, nothing wrong with where we're going. DPS, all right, this is one we also own for the trading account, but from a core position, we've trailed stop up to 89. All right, and now you can see we're seeing another consolidation form, and that's where we're trailing our stop to for the trading account. That'll potentially be another stop level. Home Depot. All right, Home Depot, we had a nice breakout. We trailed stop up to the high of this breakout. All right, we're looking for this to potentially come back and test the 50-day moving average. You can see we've trailed stop multiple times. This is one of our longest positions. If we take a look at the portfolio, this is one of our older positions. We're in this for almost 130 days, so it's almost 4 months, a little over 4 months actually. So this is just the power of what we're doing here. We're looking at this, and you can see these consolidations that form with these nice breakouts in between. I'm looking for this to continue doing the same. So I'm waiting for the 50-day and this consolidation to kind of merge and then potentially break out to the upside. But this is one that we're up 8.41%. It's paying us a dividend, and that's exactly why we look at these dividend plays. HRS, this is our newest position. We just entered this week, and we got a great start, already up 2.72%, paying us a 2.25% dividend. Nice breakout from a weekly and a daily pattern. And really, it's as simple as it gets. I mean, I wish all of them were that easy, but unfortunately they're not. And J&J hasn't been. You can see here that we are looking now at J&J. We had a consolidation, a move to what we identified as some resistance at this 105 area, a pullback to the 50-day, All right, and now maybe a breakout higher. So what we're going to do with J&J is just trail our stop up to this 175 or 100.75. All right, and if we turn around and break down below that, it's probably just time to exit the trade. It just didn't work. So we'll try and limit some gains, limit some losses in that one. And if it continues to hold above that level, then so be it. We stay in the trade. L Brands, similar situation to SWK that we'll go over in a minute. But you can see that we did get a trigger on this one on the 21st. We did end up closing above the trigger or above the alert. So we stay in the trade. Again, 94.77 is our stop. All right, and we'll just see how this plays out. If this one turns around and reverses back, closes below that level, then we'll go ahead and take an exit in that trade. Altria still holding up here. 56.21 is our stop. Other than that, just let it work. All right, you can see it's actually testing the weekly. Okay, it broke out. It's actually testing that weekly breakout right now. NOC, all right, looking like maybe it wants to break out higher. If we get that breakout higher, then we'll probably trail stop up again to 184.24. For right now, I'm not looking to do that. But what we can do is we can actually adjust this trend line a bit. All right, to follow the 50-day moving average. PSA, one of our stronger stocks. You can see it just continues to make new highs. All right, here you could see another tight consolidation forming. All right, so if this was our trading account, we'd be trailing stop up to this 245 area. For us in this core account, again, just looking for it to continue. Don't know how long this goes sideways. A little bit longer, and we could potentially use the low from, what date is this? The 11th as a stop. All right, but for right now, I think stop is in place in a good spot. And finally, Stanley Black & Decker, similar to L Brands, you had this big breakdown. All right, we tested this low, now bounced off of it, so stop still in place, and hopefully we get a little bit more continuation to the upside. So those are our open positions. As far as our closed positions, we closed out of Lockheed Martin this week. All right, that was a move below this 214 area. So again, we just continued to trail stop to these lows. Finally got a breakdown of the 50-day, the trend line, and the previous lows. All right, and now out of the trade. All right, because we were looking for a bounce off of the 50-day. We didn't get it. Now we're out of that trade. Another one, TSS. All right, so we got stopped out of that trade on a move below 53.68. Took our exit right here around 52.56, and you can see it's just continued to move lower. So that's a good exit there. And the final one, Starbucks. Again, tested this level so many times in the past, 59.50. 1, 2, 3 times probably had the stop triggered, but then closed above it. Finally, on the 18th, we got a move below it. It closed below it. Got out of the trade the next day, which was the 21st. And, you know, we'll see. If it sets up again, it sets up again. I mean, it looks like it wants to. But for right now, we will just continue to monitor what we perceive to be the best positions. And those are listed in our weekly watch list. Okay, so we have a couple new additions to the watch list this week. First one, ACE. All right, ACE was on the list, off the list. Now it's back on. All right, and you're gonna notice that pattern a lot in today's watch list. So ACE looking for that breakout over the 118.50 area. Then we could set our stop right around 112.50. Boeing, again, took it off the list when it broke down. Now it's back into consolidation. All right, so this one's just on there just to keep it on our radar. Again, if it doesn't trigger, it doesn't trigger. It doesn't hurt us to keep it on the watch list. But we are still looking for a breakout over the 150 area. Dow, all right, there's another new one. And you can see that we are looking at this big weekly consolidation. All right, had some news that it was going into a merger. That's why we had this big gap higher. You could see it gave back all of that news. But from now on the daily perspective, I'm actually going to disregard that news event and just look at this from a perspective of consolidation. You could see, okay, right through there, looking for a breakout over 53.60, and then we would have a stop somewhere around 49.50. Okay, let's see what else we have on the list. HON. All right, again, had a breakdown, now back into the range. And essentially for this one, we are looking for a breakout over 107.21 because that is the highs for the year. All right, so I don't want to get into this trade and then have resistance, you know, only a few points above where I am. But you could see if you take out this earnings news that came out, we're right back in the range. Disregard this as a little anomaly. Back in the range and looking for some continued higher prices. JP Morgan, similar situation. All right, here you can see that same consolidation pattern in play. There's your trend line, and here again looking for a breakout actually over 70 bucks, and then the stop would be right here around 69.50. So these aren't ones that are triggering, you know, this week, at least I don't think so, but they're good to have on the list. All right, Medtronic, MDT, another healthcare name. All right, we want to try and beef up our healthcare because healthcare looks like maybe the next sector to get some money rotation into it. But here we are looking at a potential breakout over 79 with a stop somewhere around 75, and you can see on the weekly chart that we have just really been consolidating for most of the year. All right, besides that little time in August, other than that, it's been going sideways. All right, what else do we have? NASDAQ, NDAQ. All right, again, broke down, back into the range. All right, again, not necessarily saying that this happens, that it breaks out, but just want to keep it in our watch list because it is a good setup. It already broke the weekly chart. It's consolidating. Now looking for it to again break 60 bucks. Royal Caribbean. All right, this is one that was on the list, off the list. Let's just clean this up a little bit. And you'll see that it is close to another breakout. All right, here you have 91.30, and breakout would be 150. All right, so I'd like to see how this ran so quickly. I would like to see it consolidate a little bit more prior to breaking out. All right, just to go ahead and actually confirm and maybe have some legs to it. A couple more. TRV. All right, you could see this one setting up once again. We had the a little bit of a breakdown below our level from last week. That's why it came off the list, but this is a great looking setup after a breakout on the weekly, now looking like it wants to set up again on the daily. All right, TXN, similar situation. All right, setting up this time right inside that weekly consolidation, looking for a breakout over 59.50 with a stop probably somewhere around 54.75. And the last one, Waste Management, WM, looking for a breakout over 55 with a stop, you know, maybe again somewhere down around this 51 area. So that's the new ones for the list. I'm going to go through the other ones real quick just so you could see exactly how similar these all are. AVY, all right, again, very similar situation, looking for that breakout over 61, under 62. BA, looking for the breakout over 150.41, looking for that stop under 142. CCI, all right, again, looking for a breakout over 88, under 83. And then what else do we have? CCL, all right, had a breakout of the daily consolidation, now testing weekly highs. All right, so again, looking for that one to go through. So again, a lot of these setting up very similarly. This is what works for me. This is what I feel is the best situation and best setup for myself. And with that said, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's the same for everyone. All right, and what I mean by that is what I try and do here at the premium membership is give you all the tools that you need to craft your own system. All right, so I like to trade breakouts from weekly and daily consolidations. That's what I feel gives me an edge in the market. If you feel you have a different edge, then I would hope you would trade that. I'm not trying to change you into, you know, a robot type trader that only trades what everybody else tells them to. All right, so if you like trading pullbacks, then trade pullbacks. All right, but the whole point of the premium membership is that, you know, I want you to see how you need to prepare, how well you need to follow a disciplined system. All right, and that is really the key to becoming a successful trader, is not what type of pattern you trade. All right, you have day traders, you have swing traders, they all make money. All right, it's just finding what works for you, what fits your lifestyle, and making sure that you're as prepared as you possibly can be. All right, and you're taking the setups as well as you possibly can, making sure you're trading a diversified portfolio, making sure you're adding positions only when they should be added. All right, not just getting, oh, I want to buy this, let's buy it now. Wait for your trigger and enter the trade. All right, so whatever that is, if it's pullbacks, breakouts, whatever it is, but the goal here at the premium membership is to let you see exactly what is a successful system and how it works, all right, inside itself. All right, it doesn't mean that we go out and just buy everything because we want to buy it. We're being very disciplined. We're taking selective entries, and we're identifying our key levels in the stocks before we even get to the point of entering the name. All right, so again, that was a look at, as I was rambling, a look at our portfolio and our watch list. And again, I hope you just understand that this is not meant to be just follow Steve and take the trades that Steve takes. This is just a look at how I personally trade every single day, day in, day out, whether it's for my retirement account, trading account. This is how I trade. Doesn't mean that you have to take the same exact setups I take. It's just I want you to understand the process that it goes through, all right, to be a successful trader, the discipline that's needed, the preparation that's needed, and I hope that comes through in the premium membership. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know in the comment section below. Other than that, have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll catch you next week. Take care.